Live from New York, it's Between Two Bros. Oh, no, wrong show.
No,
Sorry.
wrong show. Wrong
Oh,
show.
sorry. I guess you take a break and you see what happens is someone comes in and takes your place. You know.
We're not apparently allowed to take a break. That is the gist of it. Is like our friends, our fans don't want us taking a break apparently.
Yeah, who would have guessed? You know.
Who would have guessed? I was more of us.
Yeah, I was on a guys golf trip and. I was not in any position to even look at courses or do the show. I got back late Sunday night, and then we just decided to push and combine 2 weeks, which I guess this time of year it's a good time to do that because over the course of 2 weeks we had 11 courses, which is manageable. Right.
And I had, believe it or not, the first work trip since before COVID. My company has been very slow to reauthorize travel entertainment budgets for us to go out and do stuff. And here's the really, really weird thing is while you were on your guys' golf trip, I was down in Austin, Texas with my employees, all of them who I had hired, some of them over 3 years ago, and all of them who I'd met in person for the first time. Very weird, very strange, very fun too. So
it's fun, and then you see some of those people, and you're like, "Oh, you're a lot taller or shorter than I thought you were." Right?
Yep. It's like, wow, like you. I only see you in a little box like this big on my screen the whole time. So on my PC. Well, welcome back. We're glad. I'm sure we'll talk a little bit about your golf trip in our golf segment.
Yeah, we'll cover it a little bit. We'll get there. I won't talk too much about it. So
we're back. Oh, but I have to ask you before we go too deep because it's early. It's early in the show. We're back. So you did get a chance to watch Between Two Bros.
Yes, I did.
Our fill it. Yeah.
I feel violated.
Do you?
Because someone was sitting in this chair apparently while I was gone, and I'm.
Can I tell you? So by the way, big hats off to those guys, to Bangini and Eagles and Birdies for doing that. I hope you guys had as much fun doing it as we have fun doing this. But I gotta tell you, first off, guys, don't give up your day job. No, I'm kidding. You guys were great. It was so much fun. I got to tell you, when the alarm clock started going off, when the grandfather clock started going off.
I think it's funny because my clock doesn't make any sound. So it's like.
I spit my drink out. I was literally watching it on my phone, and I spit my drink that I had out onto my phone. I was laughing so hard when that grandfather clock went off. So,
and I'm looking at my video now. I don't even see the clock. So how?
It used to be there. I think you moved it.
I might have actually cleaned my office, and maybe the my video monitor. Maybe it shifted. That's possible.
I think you watched the Between Two Bros and got self-conscious and physically moved the grandfather clock. Oh no! I see it's coming. There it is. Turn.
There it is.
No, I got it. Listen, guy, I thought they did a great job, and it was really fun. And I'm giving you the first ever B2B just standing ovation. You can't see me. I'm standing up and I'm clapping. Very, very well done, guys.
Golf clap. I give him a golf clap.
Golf clap.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
No, I didn't even get a chance to listen to it till yesterday. So it was good.
I've listened to it a couple of times. They put a ton of stuff. There's so many little Easter eggs throughout everything they did on it. It was I can't even remember all the different stuff, but like I love that, like on the water course when they're the course that had a lot of the water on it, and they were like, oh, that's Soupy Ship from the River Walk Skills Challenge, and it was all kinds of stuff like that.
I had FOMO because it came out when I was on my trip, and like everyone's commenting about it. I really didn't have time to watch it, so and then by the time I got back, I was like, well, it's kind of old news now, so I just watched it.
It was really good. Hopefully, we should post that. Maybe it'll drive our views up.
There you go. Yeah, all of our fake subscribers.
Exactly. Yeah. Because we're declining.
Yes. All right.
Cool. Well, welcome back.
Thanks.
What are we drinking tonight?
Well, I am drinking.
What is behind your bar?
I'm just drinking a beer because. It's funny because I do the indoor golf league, and when those guys we play indoor golf, We go through a keg a week. Now, I shouldn't say
Yep.
keg, a six stole. It's just a six stole, which is 2.5
Yep.
cases of beer.
Yep.
But I've had the same beer for like several months because they haven't been over to golf.
Is it
So,
still good?
oh yeah, it's great. I mean, the
Oh,
keg,
okay.
I
Okay.
mean, it's on CO2.
So it'll hold for a long
It
time.
holds forever. I mean, I don't think I've ever
Yeah.
had a
Okay.
keg of beer as long as you keep it cold and CO2 on it. So
Yeah. Okay.
I do. It's been there so long. It's the same thing I've been drinking for 3 months. It's still
Okay.
good, but I'm anxious for the guys to get coming so I can start cycling some beer through here again.
Do you do more indoor league in the wintertime than in the summertime?
Oh, 100. We don't do
For
any in the
sure. Yeah.
summertime. Yeah,
Okay. You're all
we
outdoor in the
start
summer.
the
Yeah.
first week in November, Thursday nights, and
Yep.
then we go solid every week until the first 2 weeks of March, and then it ends. And
Okay.
then we go golf outside, and we don't play. Honestly, the guys haven't even been over here to play indoor sim golf in months.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
you being in Pennsylvania, you are right around the corner from being indoor. I've already signed up for my fall and winter indoor golf league here as well because it's right around the corner. We're not
So,
far away.
so where do you play? Do you go someplace to play?
No, I play at my house. We
Oh,
don't all
okay,
come over though. There's a league, a local league. They use all the GS Pro stuff,
okay,
all the clubs and stuff that Cook rolled out last year. But it's all a bunch of local players put on
okay.
by one of the companies here that does a local. They own a local sim building
Yeah.
company called Virtual T.
Maybe on one of the shows we should do, and I did a video about this months and months ago. We should talk about how your indoor golf league runs theirs, and I could talk
Mm,
about how they run how I run mine, and maybe post
yeah,
that
I
for
like
people
that.
to get
Maybe there's
ideas.
some.
Because you always see people say it's probably the 15th most popular thing to post on Facebook, which is, "Hey, I'm starting an indoor league. Can someone give me suggestions on what to do, how to run it?" Right?
It's right after his Target Golf gone.
Yes. Um, and we're going way off segment here. So
Yep.
what are you
Yep.
drinking
Yep.
here?
I'm staying true to form. So just so y'all know, a little bit of time off doesn't mean that we go away. And I picked up a new bourbon for me out of a distillery from Fort Collins, Colorado, called Elevation 5003 Distillery, and that is their elevation that the distillery is at, 5,003 feet. And this is their straight bourbon, right out of the
Jeez,
barrel.
I need to
And
start stepping up my game on getting interesting stuff to drink.
I actually, again, this time I got a call from, and I guess I shouldn't use his real name. So I'll plug his place because it's a great place. So right next to me is called Lowry Liquor, but the owner of it, let's call him Bruce. Bruce, we need to come up with a nickname for Bruce. So Bruce calls me and says, "Hey, I just got my stock in, and I was thinking about you guys
uh,
and B2B, and I ordered a couple of special things, you guys, that I haven't carried before. This was one of the ones. He was like, "Hey, I got this because I know you're looking for more local," and so I went there, and he had a bottle behind the counter for me. So
so that kind of leads like so we got paid.
we got paid.
We got paid finally. Yeah. So
We did.
I sent you your first paycheck. I got
I
my
did.
first
Thank you.
paycheck. We split it.
Steve's pissed. Steve's got
Steve's
nothing.
pissed. He hasn't got a paycheck yet,
Got nothing.
and he got nothing out of you. You know.
Got nothing. That guy was miserable when we hired him. He's
Yeah.
even more miserable.
So we need to go buy our bourbon.
We do.
So
We
we had
do. And we
talked
were
about this. Since I don't know if we're able to buy the same thing because I'm sure what I have in my store is different from what you have in your store.
well, we let's try to do it for next week. But here's what I'll do. Let's throw it out to the viewers and have them post either to us in Discord or in on the channel in the comments. Do you guys think we should go to our local respective stores and buy the same bottle or try to find the same bottle one way or another? We have a week to do it. So even if we ordered it online and got it shipped in, we could do that. And then we could review the same bottle, or should we each go off and get our own thing that interests us and then show up to the show with potentially
I
different
think we had
things?
talked about this. Maybe we go both get our own thing and then we do a swap in the mail to each other.
Ooh, I get one and send it your way.
Yes, and I get one. We'll taste each one on the show and then we'll
Okay.
ship them and then we'll do the flip on the next show.
Ooh, that might be. I like that idea. Oh, wait, can you? I guess you can. Well, We'll figure out logistics. Do we buy 2 bottles or do I ship you an open bottle?
Sh-
Can
oh
you ship an
shit.
open bottle through FedEx?
Well, how do they know? You just, I don't know, make
Well,
sure
I
it's
guess it's
sealed
true.
good, put a little tape around the top of it, right?
A little hot glue.
Yeah,
A
yeah. I got a
Gorilla
glue
Glue.
gun.
It
little,
won't change the
I'll do
flavor of
a
the bourbon
little
at all.
little Maker's Mark candle wax, dip to reseal it.
Exactly, seal it back up. So okay, we'll figure all that
Yeah,
out.
we'll figure it
So
out.
anyway, this is a little local Fort Collins distillery, and it's pretty good. I will say it's a little a tart going down, but it does smooth out the more you drink. But it's not bad. It's not. I wouldn't put this off the top of my head as like at my probably in the middle of the pack when it comes. It's not the bottom. I'm not licking the bottom of the shoe on this one, but it is not at the top of the pack like some of the ones we've had recently.
All right.
That's where I am.
Cool.
Cool.
And then we have Golf Story, which is so I guess the big golf story for me was my guys week away,
Yep.
and
Yep.
we did like we were 12 of us. We did a Ryder Cup format. My team did not win, and I did not play well at all. So I went from
That was
winning our invitational thing a month ago to having
yep.
some really bad rounds.
So no 76s in your guys golf.
I started out decently the first day on a very difficult course, and it was like
Yeah.
6,500 yards, so fairly long. I shot a 94, which I was pretty happy with on a
Yeah.
course that I've never played.
Yeah.
And then it just went downhill after that. I was
Mm,
in the hundreds all week after that, and just
that's frustrating.
struggled.
But you had a good time.
I had a great time. And
Good.
I tell you what was really the funnest thing about the whole course. I mean, obviously the golf and the buddies
Yep.
that we had, but the places that we went, it was all part of a package. They let us. We our first tee time was at 10 in the morning, and then we're done at like 2:30. And we came in for a couple beers. They let us go back out and golf for free
Yeah.
then after that, which was
Yeah.
so.
That's
And
cool.
not only that, but the weather was beautiful. And so we went out with 6 of us one day in one group, 8 of us in another day, and we played 2 men scramble, and we all played together as a group. There was no one in front of us or no
Yeah, how
one
fun is
behind
that?
us.
Yeah.
It
How
was
much fun
great.
is that?
And
Yeah.
that's actually when I played my best golf because I just went
No
out there, no
pressure.
pressure, and I was
Swing
just
away.
crushing it
Yep.
and actually made a lot of money that way.
I love well, that's good. I love those. Well, when I was out where we had 4 of us or 4 of us, I think it was back in January at buddy's house. And we played 18 in the morning, but then like it was like after dinner. And it was like, y'all want to go back out? The course was empty. There was no one. They're like, yeah, just go ahead and go back out. So we
Yeah.
went back out and just no pressure, had a
But
blast.
yeah,
It was so much fun.
we
Played till dark.
played until basically we couldn't see anymore, and then we came back. We had all had condos, all had our own rooms in the condos. It was great. One of the courses that we played was right behind the condo, one of the par
Yeah.
threes. I thoughtfully before I left, I was like, I got glow in the dark golf balls. So one night we went out and just hit the
Oh,
par three with glow in the dark
oh,
golf balls. So that
nice.
was a
I
good
like
time too.
that.
Yeah,
Good call.
yeah.
Yeah, I have no golf story except that I went to Top Golf and I had mixed emotions about it, which is
Oh,
I
traitor,
needed to go because
traitor.
it was a team building event and the
Yeah.
company was like, "Hey, we can
Well,
pay
as long as
for
you
it."
didn't
Blah
pay
blah blah.
for it.
No, company paid for it. I did not. But on the other hand, it was like, yeah, but do I really want to go to you know patron Top Golf after all the stuff?
Yeah.
But I went and it wasn't any good.
You know,
So
it's
there
really
you go.
weird is I went on GS Pro the other day and I couldn't find it on there.
It's there, I swear. I looked yesterday; it was there. So you're just not looking right.
Okay, my search must be messed up. Oh, jeez. We'll get to that, right?
We'll get to that.
In the
All
meantime,
right.
what do we got here?
Courses.
Courses. So we have 11 new courses over the course of 2 weeks. So things are starting to pick up as I predicted. Again, I think we're getting out of the 3 or 4 a week. We're moving up into the 5 or 6 a week, and we're going to get faster as the year goes on as
Yep.
we head in the fall. But
Yep.
we've got a Jay Pruitt course from he's just doing the Carolinas. He's our Carolina man.
He's our Carolina man.
Sweet
Yeah, he is.
Caroline. That's
Yep.
his new nickname.
Yep.
Eh? Jay Pruitt
Sweet
is Sweet
Caroline.
Caroline. Yep.
I like that.
Uh,
Or maybe a little
bum
Neil.
bum bum.
Yeah, a little yeah, we'll just call him Neil.
Yes, call him Neil.
Call him Neil.
His,
Jay
his
Pruitt, you're now Neil.
and his brother Bob and Neil.
Bob and the. Oh, that's not nice. No, no, no. I was gonna say Neil Armstrong, but that's not the right Neil. That's
No,
the
not the
wrong,
right Neil. Not the right
wrong
Neil.
Neil.
And then we
Maybe
have
Diamond. Maybe we call him Jay Diamond.
yeah, there you go, Jay
I
Diamond.
like that, Jay Diamond. So
That's his porn name.
wait, he also lived on Diamond Drive? That's where I live.
That's what a coincidence.
On a quinky dink.
Yeah. We have a rookie, a guy who's turning blue here, Jay Rockaway with Sweetens Cove Golf Club in Tennessee. I don't remember a lot
sorry,
of
go ahead.
Tennessee courses here, but go ahead.
I don't actually remember a lot of Tennessee courses either, and all I gotta say is like Jay Rock. I don't know if you watch a show or not, but you really need to step up your game because the course is pretty bad for a first course. So
yeah,
I mean,
you're gonna need to work on that one, buddy.
Yep.
More on that. Then we have Laser Doc with Boone Golf Club, and he actually had 2 this week. I think he comes out. I feel like he always comes out with in pairs, like he's working on 2 courses at the same time. I don't like doing that, but I am doing it right now. But yeah, Laser Doc had Boone Golf Club, and he had Grandfather Country Club.
Yep.
And then we have River Forest Country Club by Run Pud Run.
Run had a couple.
Yep. And we've got Vernon Golf Club in Vernon, Texas.
Yep.
And then we've got Stone Creek Golf Course by the Golf Boy.
Yeah, out of Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Where Axel Foley lives. Name that movie.
What was that movie? Was that
Axel Foley?
Yes.
Yes. There were 3 of them.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Come on. I'm testing your 80s knowledge here.
I know, and the thing is, like, it's
it was not 48 hours.
Cop something. Gosh.
It's a suburb of LA.
Okay, you just give it to me. Dragging this
Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It was on the tip of my tongue. Yeah.
Or Axl Rose lives there. One of the 2.
There you go. Yeah. We have Oakwoods Country Club by the great band Genie. And it said Wilkesboro, North Carolina. I keep on wanting to say Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania when I see
bunch of North Carolina Golf Boys, Minnesota.
I really gotta look at taking a trip down there. I think with the guys, it seems like there are a ton of courses.
There's a ton of courses in the Carolinas. We did Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach, obviously, but I think even outside of Myrtle Beach, there's a ton of stuff going on. And then the latecomers for the week from Pob 16. He must be an Aussie because these are all in Australia, which is Howiston Golf Club, Howard Weston. So these must be 9, and he combined the 9s together to make 20. It's a 27-hole course. He did 999, right?
Now, to be fair, I did not really go through these 3, just so y'all know, because I still do not even have them showing up in my sim. They showed up in my sim. I have an issue.
You got that weird cache problem going on.
I've got a weird cache problem, something going on. They actually showed up in the download list. I didn't download it. Then I went back the next day because I was going to go play these in the sim, and they were missing. And I said, screw it. I'm not fucking around with my GS Pro right now. So anyway.
So those 3. So let's get into the MPALs.
Our MPALs. Now, again, just a reminder, there were some really, really good courses this week. We just pulled out what we thought were the best of the best this week. Doesn't mean that other courses that we don't talk about weren't really good as well. We just pulled out. There was some really good stuff this week.
Well, you got to be picky, right?
Got to be picky.
Yeah. Otherwise, everybody gets a trophy. Then what's the point?
It's like my son's school. Everybody wins. They're getting out medals to everybody.
Yeah. So I think ultimately, like a lot of these, not only they have to look good, they have to play, not flawlessly, but play really well. And it just, I think it has to be a fun course too.
Yep.
Right.
Unique.
Yep.
Yep.
So
some uniqueness to it.
Let's get into the first one, which is congratulations. This is another rare case where somebody, rookie Jay Rockaway, came out and he's getting an MPAL on his first course. I think this is, first of all, very impressive that you can do this on your first course. I think he has some graphics background knowledge because his blender work is off the charts at this point.
I agree. The course was so good. It was just really well done. A course is well done when there's parts of the course you're like, yeah, I hate that because it was really well done. And I'll point out some of that as we go through some of these slides. I'm like, I
Yeah.
hate that, not because the course was bad or wasn't done. It was because I don't like the way it was so realistic. I was like, yeah, I would hate that if it was real life. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I thought he did really well. He apparently also does not have a word counter in his because his description goes all the way down to the bottom. I'm gonna keep it my first
Well,
course. I'm putting everything in
I'll
there.
tell you what, maybe we should add this to the feature request. Greenkeeper feature request, which is after you go in your description, go so far, it gives you a warning that you're going to be off the page.
Exactly, I agree because you never know. It's just like,
Now,
yep,
so you and I played this one together earlier in the
we
week,
did, we did,
and we thought the greens were diabolical. And
we did.
then I came back, look at the bottom right, default stimp,
8,
which is what it should be because they're rough. And the
and we were
maximum
playing 10.
we were playing 10 and they weren't holding really well, and I see why it should be an 8 now.
Yeah,
um
yeah, and
and
I
and
and I think that just goes to show you that we don't actually even read this stuff.
yeah,
We literally got into the
well,
game like
I should, right, you should pay, I guess we should pay attention to that because the whole time we're
yeah,
like screaming bloody murder, and well, we weren't listening to the designer on that.
yeah,
um
and and when I say we don't read it, doesn't mean we don't read this. We just in the game when we were setting up the game to go play, we didn't see does GS Pro actually show you? I'm trying to think this out loud in the selection where you're setting up your tees and your wind and that kind of stuff and your stimp, does it
it'll
flag the max stimp?
No, it doesn't flag the max stimp, but you can load in the defaults. So,
Yeah, but it should. But it should show you max. It
well,
should
then
show
maybe
you on
that's
that
another
screen there.
feature request, is that once you go past the max stimp, it gives you a big red flashy thing and
Yeah,
says, "Hey, dude, you're gonna fucking hate this."
or just something off to the side that pulls from Greenskeeper that says max stimp, 10 min 8, just so you can just know it right there when you're choosing your stimp.
Yeah. Well, Greenskeeper does that for you.
But GS Pro doesn't inside
GS
of
Pro,
GS Pro.
no, does not. Now he did make another mistake here.
Uh-oh.
So he says in his description, it's been called the Augusta on acid. I'm sorry, but it's Georgia Golf Club on heroin. If you're gonna do the GS Pro
If you're
thing,
going to do this, I'm surprised that it was allowed to be published because
I
he
know.
wrote the word
I'm
Augusta
just
in the.
Jay Rockaway. I'm just going to warn you right now. You're going to get a takedown notice any
You're gonna
day
get
now.
takedown notice. You might want to pull this whole
Yes.
thing down. And yep,
Yep.
yep.
Yep. All right. So
All
first
right,
tee
get us out of the
box.
way.
One of the first things I noticed here were very elegant, simple, but really cool tee markers. These guys right here.
Yep.
And this goes back. We'll see some more Blender work that he did. But obviously the texturing, he understands UV mapping. If he's putting that symbol on there with the texturing and the wood graining on the side,
Agreed.
he definitely has some background, I think, in whether in Blender or 3D graphics somehow to jump right in and do this. So
I think it was great. I will tell you on the first hole here, what stood out for me. Any guess?
first hole, the telephone pole
The telephone pole.
with no
It
wires
really. I
on
don't.
it.
I want wires. So that's my ask. Is please put the freaking wires on telephone pole because the telephone pole looked great. I was like, it looked really great. There's even a transformer at the top of it and a little like I just
Yes.
thought the telephone pole looked really good. The colors look good. It looked like that's exactly where it should be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course there's a telephone pole there. But you got to put the wires on it, man. Like run the wires. I know it's a pain in the ass to put them in, but run the wires.
Well, the funny thing is, I don't see another telephone pole to run wires to.
I know. They're missing a couple, but I thought it looked really good on the first
Maybe
tee.
maybe it's a abandoned, no longer in use telephone pole. I actually have one of those in the courses I play here locally. There's telephone poles that are abandoned and there's no
They're
wires
just the
on.
poles sticking
They're
up
just
there.
poles.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the
Maybe
case
they
here.
Maybe they came down in a hurricane. The wires are
Could
missing
be
and they
true.
haven't put it back yet.
Yes, could be possible.
But
Certainly
I thought it
possible.
looked great. I thought his colors looked really good as well. I'm trying not to do like the bros
Yeah.
making fun of us, making fun of them, but I thought everything looked really well for this too.
So this is a shot of these diabolical greens, which were. So this gives you an idea. I forget which hole this. Oh, first of all, this is a 9-hole course, right?
Correct.
So you
Yep.
repeat the 9 holes, but what he decided to do was the greens are really big, so he put 2 pins on each green. You play a different pin for every. So when you go back and 1 and then you play 10, it's a different
It's a
pin.
different pin. Yep.
But you can see here that he's got this pin set at the top of this ridge here and the top of the ridge
At the
here,
top of
and
the ridge there.
yeah, and the greens are tough. So I would not recommend you play this 10. You're asking for trouble. I would say 9 or 8, like he recommends. So
If it's going to be on SGT, put it on 13.
yeah,
Just get
yeah,
ready. I will
yeah,
say I I love, and it makes sense the way he did the 9 with different tees for the back 9 and the front 9 the same. It did. I don't think we have a screenshot of it, but it did create interesting tee shots. There's one tee shot. I think it's actually 9, where you're teeing over the 18 green because he moved the tees back on 9. Remember we
yeah,
saw that we were
yes,
playing. So
yes.
there's some interesting tee shots because he moved the tee
Yeah.
markers and he put the green for the back 9. But anyway, it was just fun.
So this is a situation where sim golf actually works actually better than real golf because he can put 2 flags out there and you're never
Mhm.
confused because the correct flag is always marked with your pin locator, right?
Yep.
So it works
Yep.
out really well.
Yep.
Uh, his waste bunkers and vegetation, he's got a really
So
good
good.
eye. Yeah.
Really good eye.
And he obviously had Ram over here. He UV mapped his cart paths over here, which looks really good as well. There are a couple blends. This blend here you can see. I'm not sure how you can fix that though, because he did some vert painting here.
Yeah, you
Um,
got to get into the blend itself, and
yeah, that's tough.
and
But the thing is,
it's a minor place too.
yeah, and I'm also where I'm looking at here isn't necessarily where a golfer is going to see that, so I
Correct.
just really
Yep.
ignore it. But the grasses here look really good. These bunkers are really cool. Rock placement, just a few
This.
rocks, not a lot.
Yep.
See a
Well,
couple
what I was
grasses on the cart pass over here, but no biggie.
when I got the sense, and I couldn't tell whether these cart paths were like dirt or were they actual concrete. So, like in my mind, I was like, they're just dirt paths, and there's some grass growing on them. I didn't think the color of them. That's not out of the realm of realism.
Yeah. Yep. Uh,
This is where I was gonna say earlier when I said there's some things that I hate, which is not the way he did his bunker. I think he did his bunker beautifully. I just hate that there was this long, deep rough right in front of the bunker.
see,
Like,
I like that, and I can see that happening on a few
oh, I do
courses.
too. I do too. I
Yeah.
don't like it because I'm always in it. Like I would rather be in the bunker, but I find myself always in the deep rough right in front of the bunker,
Yeah.
hitting on the long
Yeah.
stuff.
I think it ultimately just depends on the course itself with the look you're going for. But
Yeah,
I think it looks really good. Not something
I do too.
I don't think
I think it
I
looks
have a
great.
lot of course. Actually, I think I did something like this on Glacier Golf where I did put some rough around some bunkers and
But you
it
can see where he splined a deep rough section on the
yes,
front part of the bunker.
I like that.
And
It's cool.
then, yeah, I do too. And so, it's if you do that and you spline it properly, then you can use all the deep as a
Yes.
mesh terrain. You're just adding your grasses
And I
in. It's
was
pretty easy to
just gonna
do.
say, like, the one thing I noticed on this course when I was in those weeded areas, it played deep rough, which I really
Yeah,
like. You know,
yeah, I do too. I do too. I've been doing a lot of that lately, splining out a lot of extra deep rough and then using mesh terrains to plant the grasses there, and then I'll come back and manually plant where the deep rough and the rough meet,
yep,
so that it kind of blends over. It's not a hard line where the two. So it works well.
yep, yeah. So this was
Yep.
18. Well, actually, it's 9 and 18,
9 and
right?
18.
And what I really like about this course is how quaint it is. And
Yeah.
we went actually on our way down on the golf trip, we stopped by what was called like Belmont. And this reminds me of Belmont. It was like there was like an executive course. There was no full-blown course. And it was just like this. There's a little shack that you go up to,
Yeah.
pay your fees. And it was just very quaint, very simple. And I
Yeah.
think he captured that really well. I like the fencing around the tree here, the bunkers, the leaves, everything just looks really good.
Well, and if you look to the left right there, there's a lot there's the right there, all that woodwork he did of the wood wall going up to
Yeah.
the shack up there. Like and then there's the stairs going up in the grass there. Yeah. It's
The
so
the
like
railroad ties, yeah.
the
Yep.
railroad ties, yeah, it was really, really well done. A lot of time and effort
Yep.
spent on this one.
So another shot of, if you want to call it, the clubhouse, right?
Yeah.
um, and
That's it.
then
It's a starter house.
and then he gave us a heads up and he said, "Hey, you might want to look at those whiskey barrels." So I'm like, "All right." So like,
All
if you
right.
come in,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
"All right." So there's the whiskey barrel, and it's like, "Oh, look, there's a bottle of bourbon on there." However, there's a bottle of bourbon, but on every whiskey barrel, there's a little tribute there.
He's the man.
Yes. So between
He's the
two
man.
Biomes Distilling Company, and they even has their logo. And this is where you know someone knows his blender, his texturing, because even
Yeah.
got like the chalk circling of the logo and the
It
check
looks
mark
so
there.
good.
Nice.
I wish
Yeah.
I had those blender skills. That's so good.
Yeah. It's so nice job.
Thank
Thank you for
you
the
for the
shout
shout
out.
out.
And
Yep.
I hope this is not your final course. Looking forward to some other ones. And
Yep.
it's great having another guy, a blender guru in the group. It's really helpful. So thank you.
Well, very well done. Congrats on Blue, and can't wait to see what you do in the future.
Yep. So Musgrove. So Musgrove, good guy. I say this.
Diamond.
Jay Pruitt, love my Jay Diamond.
Diamond. Jay
Yes.
Diamond. Yep, Jay Diamond in his new course. Like, I mean, he's the man. He's a diamond in my eye. Diamond in the sky. What is it?
Yeah.
Rihanna?
Neil Diamond.
Neil Diamond?
Uh, so thought by many to be the toughest course in South Carolina. It's hard. We played this in the
It's hard.
sim,
We
and it
played this
was
and this together. Yep.
this is placement golf, right?
Yeah.
Knowing where your shot's going to go, and knowing your distances, knowing what you're going to hit with that club, because here we are off the first tee,
Yep.
just a narrow fairway. Now, the one thing I wasn't sure on here, I did get the feel, and then someone else when we were playing thought the trees were glowing a little bit. So I'm not sure if he needs to turn down the specular a little bit on the
I
trees.
think a little bit on the trunks.
Yes. So they
Yep.
had a little bit of that ghost appearance. Not too bad, but I think if you turn that down a little bit, you'll get rid of that kind of whitish, glowish to them.
Yep.
So did we play from the tips on this one? This is what the picture's from.
I think so.
Hmm.
I think we played from the back tees.
But it's interesting that he did completely different tee markers on the back on here. So
He
these are
did.
standing up versus the other ones that are lying down, which is kind of a cool idea.
Yep.
I like it.
Yep. This course was fun. It was funny. I think it was this course. I'm trying to remember, but we were talking about, and this course reminds me of it. If it wasn't this course, but Soupy and I were chatting about courses, really tight courses like this, right? Placement golf courses. And he sent me a message, and he was like, "I played this course. It's about 5 miles from my house.
Oh,
I've played it a handful of times, and yes, it's a very tight course." But as long as you hit fairways and greens, it's pretty easy. I'm like, well, that's every golf course. So
yeah,
as long as you hit fairways
that's
and
my
greens, it's
game. If
pretty
I can just
easy.
put the ball in play, then I drop 10 strokes.
Exactly. I loved it. It was hysterical.
If you just do this, then you get,
If you just do this.
if you hit the ball straight. Yeah.
Now, there was some elevation on this course, but not like it's a sea level course, basically, but you had some elevation tee to green.
Yeah. Yeah. And this was an example of that. So I think this was like the second or third hole.
Yep.
Um,
Par
but
three.
I think the main I think commonality of this course though, there was like a lot of hidden trouble that if you
Yes.
did not pay attention to the mini map, you can get yourself in a
Yes.
little bit of trouble. So like looking out on this tee shot right now, you think, oh, it's 148 down 20, straightforward hole. No, it's essentially an
No.
island green
Yeah.
that you
Essentially, you got,
that you don't see because of the trees blocking everything out, right?
yeah. And with that back pin placement, one of us, I can't remember who it was, one of us that we were playing with when we played through this one, literally landed on the back of the green and went down into the water.
Yeah. I don't know if it was one
Yeah.
of us or was it Pac-Man and
No,
who
it
went.
was who'd we play with? It was I don't remember who we played. It was Pac-Man's team. It was
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't remember who that was now.
Newer guy.
Yep. Yep. Good guy. Good fun golfer too.
Yep. But that was very common in that. So look at some of these holes. She got
Ugh.
trouble all over the right, which is bad for me for driver because I tend to
Yep.
fade more. And he mentioned this in the description, which is there's like a creek or river runs through this whole thing, which causes a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
So every place,
Free hole.
here's a few holes where you can see, look at here, you just have to place that. That's 255 out. You have to carry over maybe two bodies of water to get out there. Look at
Yeah,
this one.
it's death. The
Another one
the
there.
dropping the shots in just the right spot, otherwise you're dead.
Yes. So you really have to understand this was a good course just in time for the new feature in GS Pro, which is zooming in and out on the minimap, right?
Yes. Yep. Oh, that's a great point. Yeah, it was. And like if you look at that one, the 251, the second one from the bottom,
This one
right
guy right
there,
here.
like the trouble is on the approach. So it's
Yeah.
not just off the tee, because this one, if you're short or left on the approach, you're in the water.
Yeah. So I'm going to make a note of this one because when the guys for indoor golf league at the end of the night when we're done playing, what I'll do is I'll load up practice mode and closest to the pin. There's
Yep.
so many good spots you could drop a ball here to play like
Yep.
closest to the pin over like various water shots. So
Yep.
pretty cool.
Yep.
And then the approach on
number
18.
18, great.
So cool clubhouse. There's too many clubhouses for me to know whether he grabbed this one from somebody
I don't know
else
anymore.
or built it. It
I like it,
looks
though.
really good. It looks really good. Yeah.
It fits. It fits the course.
Up on the hill. Gotta love that.
Yep. So great job, Jay Diamond. Nice,
Yes.
nice, really, really great course.
Shine
Played it
bright
a
like
few
a
times
diamond.
now. Yeah, that word is shine bright like a diamond. And I've got one more round to play in my SGT today on this course. So it was I played it 3 times now. I'm really enjoying it.
Oh, that's the SGT course this week.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
The Sim Cup warm up.
And then we have Oakwoods. So the Great Bangini.
Oh, I gotta say it. The Great Bangini.
Is it the Great Bangini or is it Plastered Bastard?
It's Plastered Bastard. I don't know. What do we call him now? Plastered Bangini?
Yeah.
The Great Plastered Bangini. It doesn't sound the same. Doesn't work as well.
How about the Drunk Banjo?
The Drunk Banjo. I like that.
There you go.
I mean, I'm calling him Eagles and Bourbon. Eagles and Birdies.
Yeah. Oh, so Oakwoods Country Club. So this one's in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. I'm sorry, it's Wilkesboro, North Carolina. Yeah.
It's not Pennsylvania. This was a cool course. Now, I think like the picture that's up there is a lot different than the course itself. And so I'm assuming he just chose to go with the autumn motif.
Yeah. I might have to go hit the dog.
I hear your dog your dog in the background. Grab your 9-iron. Grab your 9-iron. Take care of that dog real quick.
I think someone just delivered food and she's like losing her collective shit now. Hold on a second.
You love when the dog does
Hold
that.
on. I might have to pause here. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, so we're recording again. Apparently, my family decided to order dinner and have it delivered, and no one decided to answer the door. So
the poor delivery guy is at the door.
And he's out the door. The dog's barking. He's now going around. He was going around to the garage, and I'm like, ah.
And no one's there to get the food. And you're like, guys, come on, like, help me out here. That's our lives.
So where are we? Oh, we're in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, right?
We're in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Or actually, we're in Wilkesboro, North Carolina.
Okay, there you go. Right. Autumn course.
It is October in either North Carolina or Pennsylvania, wherever you want to be.
It's just in time. So we're starting our trend of getting our fall courses now, right?
You know, we've talked about this several times over the course of our show here. It is really, really hard, I think, to get these fall colors to look good and not look Halloween-y or not look bright and glowy. And I got to tell you, I think he nailed it. I think he did a really great job with the reds and the oranges and the browns on these trees.
I've tried it several times, and I gave up several times too.
I mean, my only if there was a critique, my only critique is like the coarse grass actually feels pretty green given the brownness of the trees. Like I feel like the course is more like a July, August, and the trees are more like an October. But that's like whatever. It's neither here nor there.
Right. Yeah. And then
tons of trees.
Yeah, tons of trees, tons
of trees, and they're huge. We played this course, myself and Pac-Man and a couple others. I can't remember who all play. I got to start writing down who plays our rounds with, so I can give them shout outs on the show. But we played this course, and man, some of those trees not only are they big, they're tall. There was a couple of times we needed to hit over the trees and we couldn't because they were so tall and so big. but that gives that really big full look he was going for, which is great.
Yep. And country markers. Now, I wasn't sure if this was on purpose or not, which is the green post.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe they're green in real life or something. But I thought it seemed odd to me that they're green post. It was the same color also as the sand bucket here too.
Yeah. But I do like that post with the bucket. I've not seen the post with a bucket attached on it. Is that
I don't
Is
know
that a
where that
common
came from.
asset, or did he make that? I don't know. It looks great. I just
Yeah.
hadn't seen that combination of the post, the sign on it, so I thought it looked great.
Yeah, it does look good.
Just green was an interesting choice for the wood.
Yes.
Yeah. Acorn T markers too, by the way.
Yes,
If you
they're
see
really
those, I
cool.
don't think we grabbed a screenshot of their
Yeah.
acorn T.
Do they double? Can you like lift the lid off and like put your tea in there, like a broken tea, or is there sand in there, or
It's
can
where the broken teas go. I like that.
you keep your
Yeah.
weed in there or something? I
Keep it
don't know.
nice and clean. Keep my tea box nice and clean.
A nice creek going down through here, which I thought he did a really nice job with the vegetation on that. So
Yep.
this, I don't know, this isn't too green to me. This looks like it could be, I don't know,
Yeah.
fall.
Yeah, it's yellowing out. It's browning out a little
Do you know
bit.
what bugs? It bugs me, and I did this on Parkview, which is I put leaves on the ground. So I put leaves under all the trees to make it look to me. If that's
How'd you put the leaves down there? What'd you use? I'm just curious.
there were some prefabs of like leaf piles, and I actually put them into a biome,
Yeah,
and
and then just put a biome
and
around the
then I
trees.
put a biome around these trees, and I put leaves. Now there was not significant. You had to be careful. It was like planting grasses, so you had to be careful about performance.
Were they was it a 3D
No,
texture, or was it a 2D texture?
it's 2D. It was 2D,
2D.
and you just had to
Yeah.
be very aware also of the height of them because with 3DG on there, it would kind of sink and like the grass would come up through it. So you just had to be. It took a lot of tweaking and
Interesting.
adjusting.
I've not seen a leaf pile like that. That would be neat to have.
And I can't
Yeah, I
remember what
wonder.
asset pack it was from, but I could easily find out. I just have to open up Parkview again, but it was from that. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, because this time of year, you hit your ball and you're like looking under leaves, right?
Like I want to see leaves dropping from the trees.
Yeah, I think someone there actually is an asset there that does that too. You can have actually falling leaves as well.
I bet there is. I mean, there's no
It
reason
did,
not
and
to. There's
yeah, and someone has done it before, and I think I had looked at it before as well, for sure.
I think it's great. Like, I mean, nature manufacturers got like dust particles. You can put them in, and you see off
Yeah.
in the distance, see like dust particles and stuff. So sure.
Yep. More of the creek. So
Yep.
you can see there's
Water looked good.
something funky with a blend over here, but it's pretty
Yeah.
minor. You can see that line here. There's something going on
Yep.
with the blend. Cool bridges. This is a walking bridge over here. That's an asset I haven't seen, so I don't know if he built that. It was pretty cool. Bulkhead looked really good. Everything
Yep.
looked really good.
Yep.
And then
coming back up 18.
Yep, coming back on 18, long shot over the gully, 195,
Yep.
long par 3. And then
A lot of false fronts on these greens where you roll off if you're short.
Yep. And then the clubhouse parking lot looks really good. Swimming pool.
Nice assets. Yep.
And the Ferraris and all the stuff that you typically see on these public golf courses.
It's amazing. Like we see more Ferraris on these courses than I ever see in my local golf course.
with vanity plates too, right?
With vanity plates. Yep, exactly.
So brings us
Really
to
good.
feature request of the week.
Really good, Bangini. Congratulations,
well done.
my friend.
Well
really,
done.
really well done.
Well done,
Great
you
course.
you plastered bastard, you. And by the way, you can expect a visit from the police for breaking and entering coming to your house.
And there's also a cease and desist letter coming from for our copyrighted.
Yes.
There's a takedown notice.
There's a takedown notice, and a stay out notice. Stay out of my house.
Stay out of my house, and get your own grandfather clock.
So feature request of the week. So first one, and we had a couple ideas when we were playing with Pac-Man this week.
Yes.
First one being, let me make sure that I can see here. It is auto. So, I totally forgot about that.
I was wondering when you're going to bring it up, and I was
I
waiting,
totally
and you
forgot
didn't,
about
so I'm
that.
going to bring it up.
We actually did pre-show it. I completely forgot about it. I had a hole-in-one when we were playing this week.
You did.
So when we were
You
playing
did.
Musgrove this week, we were
Yep.
playing with Pat, and thankfully I was playing with you guys, or else no one would have believed me. I had a
Correct.
hole-in-one on a par three. It was like 145 yards out, but we were doing multiplayer, and I went to go replay it, and it was not an option.
There was no replay option in multiplayer.
Yeah, online multiplayer, I should say.
Yep. Yep.
So we thought a good feature request not only would be to have online multiplayer be able to do a replay of a shot, but let's just auto record any hole out from greater than 25 yards.
Save it on my local disk.
Yeah, have something that pops up and says, hey, this was saved to this directory, or
Yep.
click here to save it, or I don't know, something where I can just save an MP4 of that, and then it gets rid of, which is what you see on Facebook all the time, is someone holding his camera, getting a screenshot of his replay, right? So yes, an auto record hole out from greater than 25 yards, which will capture the hole in ones and any chip shots and eagles and all that good stuff. So
Yep.
that's number one.
I think
Another
it's a
one
great feature, guys.
would be when playing multiplayer, like we were online.
Yeah.
I want the mini map to show my distance when I grab in it. So in other words, I'm playing three other guys online. So there's four of us. I'm playing three other guys. It's not my turn. Someone else is hitting. When I drag around the mini map and I'm planning out my shot, I want to see what it is, the distance from where I'm at. Right now, when you drag around, it shows whoever the current player is.
Yes, and let me add to that. Okay, it will also show you from where you're at, whether it be that
Yes.
player or you, only to the pin. I want to see from the ball to the front of the bunker, from
Oh
the
yeah.
ball to the bottom of the green, the ball to the
Yes.
back of the green. I want to be able to get multiple distances, but right now it only goes to the pin.
Well,
Now
no.
I guess you
Right
go
now,
long. If
no, no,
you go
no.
long,
When if it's your turn, I would say it's Pac-Man's turn, and I'm dragging around the mini map, it's showing all
it's
the distances from Pac-Man's place.
that's true. I think that's true. Yes. Yep.
Yes, I
Yep.
want to show it from my place. So if I'm 50 yards in front of him, I want
Yep.
to see the distance to the front of the green dragging around from that spot, not
Because you
Pac-Man's
want to
spot,
use the time. You want to use that time
to speed
that
things
other
up.
people are hitting to speed things up and figure out your yardages, your
Yeah.
distances, and yep. I agree.
Yep.
Yep. I
Exactly.
agree. I
Okay.
agree.
And then you have Mashy surprise feature request. I don't know what this
Because
is.
I just didn't put it in. So there's two things. One's minor, and then one is a massive feature request that I have that I've been thinking a lot about. The small thing I want, and if somebody knows how to do this and I'm just doing it wrong, tell me. Is there a way when you're playing in GS Pro and initially it will set you up on a line to the aim point or to the pin, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if I play around with my aiming, can I hit escape or something to go back to that initial line? I don't know of a way to go right back to that initial aim point.
Oh, right. I see
So
what you're
I
saying.
want to hit escape or hit something and just take me back to my default. Okay, that's something simple that I'd like to see added in there. Okay.
Yep.
Because it happens a lot. I'm checking here, checking here. No, the original's good. Now I got to, I guess it's easy to click on the aim point, but still, I
Yeah.
just love to hit escape and go back. Now,
Yep.
my big feature request is something that would have to come in like the big feature updates, which is I would love to see them add voice commands into GS Pro. So, for example, and I was thinking about this when I was playing Xbox. There's a lot of voice commands built into Xbox as well, where you hit a hole in one and you just say GS Pro record that,
Mm.
and it will record your last shot. Or I can say, what's the yardage to the pin? And
Yeah.
it'll just show me the yardage on the screen. Or I could say, what's the yardage to the left bunker? Or like I want a list of like 25 or so voice commands that I can just issue without having to walk to the keyboard that will then display that information for me on request.
AI.
So
AI.
add chat GPT into it.
Yeah. And better yet, if you did a voice command, if it read it back, hey, GS Pro, what's the distance to the pin?
Yeah.
The distance to the pin is 45 yards.
45 yards. Yep. I recommend you take.
Yes.
Mine would say something like the distance of the pin is 45 yards, and I recommend you don't take your sandwich since you skull it off the toe 32% of the time.
Oh,
I
geez.
recommend that you putt it because you can't screw it up too bad.
Well, this goes back to all the people that want the commentator, GS Pro. You could get AI to maybe do the common.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the commentator.
I'm not
I
either.
feel it's too video gamey.
Yeah, when I had GS or TGC 2019, it sounded great, and then you started using it, and then it got old really quick, and you turned it off and never used it again.
Yeah. I was thinking more like, for me, for whatever reason, I want to record that. Just say record that clip.
Yeah.
Just say it out loud and have it just like do it. You know.
Yeah.
That was it.
Okay. So, posts of the week.
Post of the week. Oh, we got a few.
We have a few.
We got a few.
And then I have a little surprise for you at the end.
Oh no, no surprises. I need to pour more bourbon.
All right. First one. And I think you saw this one and I saw this one, which was looks like Target Golf is gone.
It is? Oh my God.
This was like a week after our dyer, Ryan, posted like his thing saying, "Hey, this is what happened. I'm not gonna, they're being ridiculous."
His woeful goodbye.
Yeah, basically it was his polite way of saying these guys are being idiots and I'm done playing their silly games. Well, then a week later, yeah, a week later,
go ahead.
Well, a week later, Philip decided to say, "It looks like Target Golf is gone." It's not even Target Golf; it was Vegas Golf. But
and there's going to be a little bit of a theme because to our post of the week, and I'll come back to it in a second because I got a couple that I've added that kind of go along with this thing. I feel bad for Ryan.
Yes.
So, Ryan played it so well. Our dyer played it so well. I would have done it completely differently. I would have been all pissed. I would have posted a really snarky post. I quit GS Pro. I quit life. I'm out of here. I'm gone. I'm blah, blah, blah. I'm taking my stuff. I'm going home with me and just had fun with it. He posted a very classy, hey, I'm not going to do it anymore. So, but it's gone.
He basically posted kind of like, I understand what they're doing. I think they're taking it to a new level, but yeah, I understand,
Yep. All right. Next, did you see these other ones? I don't know if you did or not.
I did not see what you added in here. So, which is brand new user alert. So this guy,
we need red lights going. Brand new. I am warning you. I'm giving you the heads up right now that this is going to be a dumbass post.
Yes.
So I'm going to preface it by all caps and 3 exclamation points that I'm a brand new user. So it excuses me asking a dumb question that has been asked in 4 posts right next to it.
Yeah. What courses do you rate in your top 3? Okay.
But I'm a brand new user. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Be nice to me.
Everybody gave a pat. Since you're new, it's okay that you don't know how to use the search bar, but that's fine. No problem.
Or just search back the last 10 posts and there's, someone else.
Or just go to betweentwobiomes.com. We have them all listed there. Which, by the way, someone did put.
Did they reply? Okay.
Yeah. The number one reply was like, go to betweentwobiomes.com. They have them all listed.
Yep. Okay.
Next one.
Hello. Is it God to have the hard GS Pro to work with GC Quad?
I don't know. I just
proofread just a little bit.
On my PC, there's a little red squiggle that comes up underneath the word. Like, okay, somebody was like, well, maybe English isn't his first language. Got it. You're still...
Yeah, but in this day and age, you can write stuff in your native language and translate it.
Yeah, I caramba, like just like fix the red squiggles before you hit post.
The funny thing
Details,
is, like,
people.
English isn't your first language, but you're talking like you have an accent. Is it God? The Jesus Road. I got the DC card.
And listen, I post on
Ta-da.
Discord all the time, and I'm fat fingering all the
Yeah.
time, and I hit go, and I'm like, shit. But I'm always editing my post
Yes,
to rechange it to fix
too.
something
It's great when you're reading someone's post in Discord and you see it changing as you're reading it because
in
they're
the middle of
editing
it.
it.
Yes, I do that all the time. I'm always
Oh, I
editing
do
my
too.
post.
Yeah.
Yep, they haven't made a keyboard that works for me on my phone.
Or maybe
And
this guy did voice dictation, but didn't work
his
out well.
accent was so thick, like that really hard Scottish accent or something.
Is it God? It had. Hey-ya. Hey-ya.
Well, but then the question itself, like, if you're going all in and getting a GC quad, like you would think you've done a little more research than to be post up there in general. Like, I mean, it's
I'm gonna spend. How much is a GC quad? Are they 12 grand?
well, you add putting on it, and I think you can get them for 12 with club data, and you add putting is another couple grand. So anywhere between 12 and 14 used, I think, is a good price, maybe somewhere around there. And you're gonna drop that in on a launch monitor. You'd think you'd know better places to figure out if it works than just to post in a Facebook group. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know Facebook is the answer to all people's problems, but
yeah, I also feel like maybe I don't know. Maybe this guy, like most of us, like I started with the SkyTrack and then I graduated. You kind of build up. I guess there are people that just start with the GC quad going.
I guess go right in.
Yep.
Bought at retail, 22 grand. And we got one more, and this one made me sad. You have to move us over. It's a props post. So props to whoever made beer pong game. So Riverwalk Skills Challenge has now been boiled down to beer pong. All the work that Ryan did, all the work they did on that amazing course with 32 different games and new code that's got to go into GS Pro to make it work, and all the stuff that happens with it has been boiled down to the beer pong.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I like the beer pong games.
I mean, are there courses that are games? Like, how about the same one? Try a different game. Go to hole 3.
Or someone had posted they and I think I had known this, but it's been a while, that if you hit some people on the Riverwalk, the people walking around, they fall over.
Like move. I felt bad. I was like, part of Ryan died when he saw this post and went, oh, how many hours I spend on Riverwalk, the Riverwalk Skills Challenge, and it has now become the beer pong game. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Ryan. We love you.
We love your courses, even though Target Golf is gone.
Okay.
Okay, those are our posts of the week.
So there's more. There's more. So this is an old one that was kind of like the week when I was away, but I kept it in my back pocket.
Yeah, I love this one.
Because there's this guy who, this was in another Discord group, and Soupy was kind of with this guy.
I heard about this. Yeah.
Who said, some people like to play real licensed courses, Letha, and not some Joe Schmo that's creating them.
Weird science reference in there, by the way. Really nicely done.
He doesn't have it licensed Letha.
Can Steve put a little Oingo Boingo in the background playing? I mean, nicely done.
And so this guy's upset because, the people that create these courses for GS Pro are just creating them in their grandma's basement. Let's face it.
My grandma's dead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Can't be in her basement no matter how hard I try. They sold the house about 15 years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry. But that brings us to our next segment, Mashy.
Oh, no.
You ready?
Oh, no. Yes. I think I'm ready.
Which is, who works in grandma's basement? So, how this is going to work, okay?
Okay. Do we need to go out to the Discord and pull people in?
That might be fun. So let me pause and let's see if anyone wants to jump on. All right. Well, we're not very popular because we couldn't find anybody. Everyone's playing golf.
You need to share your screen back out though, because we can't see.
Oh, yes. So
when we moved channels, we lost the screen share.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of a bummer. So so let me fix that. I go back into the channel, pop that out, start my video. There we go.
Here's your
And
video is up, and then
oh, you're not seeing the screen share either, are you?
correct.
All right. Okay. Now you good?
There we go. Now
Okay.
we're good. Yep.
So segment
works in
is who works in Grandma's basement. So how this is where to work. We're gonna have 3 rounds, Master Heat, this time. We're gonna have 3 rounds. So you're gonna have 3 chances to redeem yourself.
Okay.
Now every round, I'm gonna show you 3 pictures.
Oh, I have to guess.
And you have to guess, first of all, which one is Grandma's basement. Okay.
Okay.
The other 2 pictures are pictures of actual designers' workspace where they build courses. Okay.
How did you get these pictures? Did you ask them to get these pictures?
I did.
Oh no.
I did a little
Oh
homework on the
no.
back side here. Yeah. So
Oh god.
so how this is going to work, I'm going to show you. The first thing you have to do is you have to guess which one's Grandma's basement, and then I'm going to give you an opportunity to guess who's working in the other spaces.
Okay. Okay.
So let's go on here to round number 1. Okay. So
I'm so bad at this.
Here's picture number 1. Okay. That's picture number 1.
Got it.
So, you can take what you want from that, but there's, some stuff going on there. There's picture number 2. Picture number 2.
Okay.
All right. Let me go bring this over here. And here's picture number 3. Now,
One of those is a Grandma's basement?
One of those is Grandma's basement. Yes. Yep.
Oh, caramba.
Yep. Now, two of them are actually GS Pro Designer, like where they actually work, and one of them is not.
I'm going to guess the one on the right is Grandma's basement.
Very good. The one on the right, you're correct. Lower right is Grandma's basement. Yes.
Whose grandma is that?
Huh? I don't know. I found this online. It's a random person.
A picture of Grandma's basement.
I found Grandma's basement. Now, this is a pretty bad basement. These are like cement walls. Like this is an unfinished Grandma's basement.
Yeah. Okay.
But they have some anime stuff going on there. Now, who do you think this space is right here? The upper left. This is a real GS Pro Designer space. Who do you think that is?
Part of me thinks it might be Run Pud Run, given I know he's an avid golfer, but okay.
No, it is wrong.
Lots of sets of clubs in the background there, multi-monitor display. So not Run. It's not Rusty Dave because it's not an airplane.
I give you a clue. I think he's Canadian. This guy. It's not Rusty Dave.
Jay Dixrod?
No, but you're getting close as far as the name goes. I think I think I got it. Might have. He does a lot of organization on SGT.
Is that Jet?
Yep, that's Jets.
Yeah, that's Jets. Yeah, I call him Jets.
Yeah. So he does design not in his grandma's basement, but in his garage.
Interesting. Okay. I like it. Love the setup there. I love the stand-up desk with the multi-monitor like that. Nice.
Yeah. So I think his sim must be out here too. I think he did say his sim is out there. So I think he maybe uses the same sim.
And all the clubs make sense. He's playing all the time. Yes. So that makes perfect sense. Yep.
Now the middle one here. Who do you think this is?
Well, I was gonna say Golf Boy.
No, not Golf
because
Boy.
I know he just built.
I'll give you this a clue. It is one of the Patreon guys.
So is that Tech?
No.
It's either Tech, Pac-Man, or Run Pud Run.
Yep. You got a 1 in 3 chance.
Well, I'd say Pac-Man.
Very good. Congratulations. Oh, I spelled that wrong, didn't I? It should be paid.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
you did. You spelled it wrong.
Yep. Sorry, Pac-Man.
And the reason I went Pac-Man because I do know that he has said he builds off of a laptop. And I know that Run Pud Run uses like the AMD. He's got a desktop to build on, from my understanding. He uses the AMD processor. So cool.
So,
all right, good.
So end of round 1. So you did pick Grandma's basement correctly, and you got 1 out of 3 for the designer. So good job. This was like one of the hard. You got Pac-Man. You got Pac-Man, and you got Grandma's basement. So let's go
I
on.
Eventually I got Jayet as well.
Oh yes, you did. Yes, I think. Yeah, actually, you're doing very well. So let's go on to round 2. Okay.
Does it get harder or easier?
It's about the same. I'd
Okay.
say about the same. So here's the first
Okay.
one. There's the first one.
It doesn't look like a basement.
It does
Okay.
certainly
That's
doesn't
a
look like
nice. Holy
grandma's,
cow! That's a nice setup.
right? That's a really nice setup, right?
Yeah, it is.
So there's the second one.
Oh my god, that is frightening.
Yeah, that looks like a serial killer, right? And then there's the third one.
The middle one is grandma's basement.
Okay, very good. That was it. That was a piece of cake, right? Yeah, piece of cake.
I think I see a hand sticking out from under the bed.
Yes, they may have buried a couple bodies down there. It's a crawl space, but it is grandma's basement. Yes. Now, who do you think this space is over here? This is a designer, and I can tell you what. After he sent this to me, I was like, yes, it's totally him. If you want, let me know when you want a clue.
I don't even see a PC to build on.
Well, the PC, yeah, it's not there, but it would be on the desk. Yeah, and he does work on. I do know he does work on a PC.
Is it a laptop or a
It's a laptop. It's a laptop.
Is that Rusty Dave's office?
Yes, it is. Very good.
Ah, there we go. I
Yes.
thought maybe he takes it with him when he flies. Okay.
Yes. Yep. Totally. So that I like. Oh yeah,
And
totally Rusty Dave. That looks like a.
It's a Rusty Dave. Yeah, I love it. I love it. All right.
All right.
Cool.
So now the one on the right. Who do you think this is? And let me know. You can take a guess and let me know. I've got a good clue for you too. If you don't.
Well, I see a headset and I see a microphone.
So he does. He's very good because he does do videos.
Yeah, yeah. And so I'm gonna go CE Sim Golf.
No, that is
Okay.
not CE Sim Golf.
Oh, well, okay. What's your clue then?
The clue is one of the big three.
Well, Tech doesn't do videos, does he?
One of the big three. Who are the big three?
You got Tech. You got
No, not Patreon. Big three. Magician, architect, and the psychiatrist. It's one of them.
I'm going with the magician.
Well, that's Rusty Dave. DP
Roberts. Yep. That makes perfect. Yeah. I'm going with the big three. Yeah, makes sense. You said big three. I'm thinking automakers.
No, I don't. Maybe we haven't used that term in a while. The big three. The OECD guys. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Got it.
So
okay.
That's the end of round two. All right. Round three. Here we go. So first picture here.
God, Rusty, I need to up my office game.
Right?
Rusty Dave and DP Roberts.
Yeah. I think you're going to get that one. That should look.
Cigar room.
Okay, so there's that one. There's number two.
Look at that setup. Wow.
Yeah, that's a nice setup too, right?
No wonder my courses suck.
Yeah, and here's number three. So which one is Grandma's basement?
Okay, I'm good with Grandma's basement being number three. Okay, got that.
Okay. Now, the funny thing is about this one down here, this is Grandma's basement, but this is actually one of the guys in Discord. It's their setup.
No.
Yes. Now, he's not a designer, though.
They're set up for what, Sim?
Huh? No, come on. It's Eagles and Birdies.
Okay. That's so not nice.
Come on. He's working with.
That's where he's doing the flyover courses.
Yes, that's where he doesn't need a powerful PC to do flyovers, and he doesn't do design work. So he's got this little iX86 with 4 mega RAM.
What is Eagles and Birdies doing in his grandma's basement?
I don't know. He's saving money, I guess. Now, so he sent me this picture. Okay, he sent me this picture, and I said, wow. I said, that's a really interesting setup. I said, can you send me some more pictures of maybe your childhood? So he sent me this picture when he was 10. And he's smoking a cigarette.
He's smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
He's got a little dot matrix printer down there.
Yeah.
I love
Can you believe he's only 10 years old in this picture?
No, he looks like he's 42.
He's 10. He's 10.
That's not really him, is it? No.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
No, is that really Eagles and Birdies? No, it is not.
This is a little payback.
This is a little payback. Yeah, it's nicely done. I love it. I love the dot matrix printer.
Now,
those were the days.
right?
Look at those glasses.
And a cigarette hanging out of
And a
his.
cigarette. I love that. All right,
Okay,
so
getting back to this. So who is in the cigar
R.
room?
Dyer.
Yes, it is R. Dyer,
For
100%.
sure, that's R. Dyer. No
Yep.
questions asked
Yes.
on that one.
He
Yep.
sent me a
Yep.
couple pictures. Now, the other picture he sent was from the different angle, and it was 100% easy to tell it was him because that was the camera view that we're used to seeing when we have him on the show. You know?
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Wait, does he have a beer fridge like right on his desk right
I
there?
don't know if it's a beer fridge or a safe where he keeps all his guns. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know, but I'm impressed. I have a fridge in my office too. I have one that's shaped like an Xbox, but I need to unplug it. I mean, unpack it. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, and a couple monitors up here. That's a nice setup he's got.
He's got an Encyclopedia Britannica up there, like 1986 called and wants his encyclopedia back. It's called the internet, dude.
Okay, well, 1842 called and wants its typewriter.
For sure.
And
Wow.
then we have on the right here, whose space is this?
There's no clues there. Like DP
I'm gonna
Roberts
tell
used
you.
the microphone.
Yeah,
and,
no, I'm gonna tell you. You already said the person's name. You actually guessed them on another one already.
Yeah, it's. I think it's either Run or Tech Buds, but I'm gonna guess Run Pud Runs.
Very good. You're right. That's Run Pud Run. Nice guess.
Wow, I didn't do as bad as I thought I would. Wow, that's pretty.
Yeah, you actually did pretty darn good. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
surprised you didn't get eagles and birdies, but that's okay.
Well, I mean, I didn't realize he was still in his mom's basement. Grandma's basement, not mom. Sorry, grandma's basement.
All right.
Oy.
So we're out of here. That's it.
We're out. We're done. Welcome back. No more time off.
No. Right.
We'll try to get back to our Friday night recordings. That way we can have them out for Saturday or Sunday.
Yep.
Just schedule permits.
All right. Okay.
A lot of fun. Good seeing you. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Bye.